Grow, Cook, Eat. Proudly sponsored by Board Bia.
Ow!
Oh my God, like what is he doing in the garden shed?
I am ready for Series 3.
Oh my God. Right, let's go.
This episode is all about broad beans.
I'll be heading to my native Cork to see how Fota Wildlife Park use food in a really interesting way.
And I'll be finding out about onion production on a mass scale from a North Dublin farmer.
And our resident chef Katie Sanderson is back for another year, where she's turning our lovely broad beans into a very tasteful treat. Oh, I can't wait. Now, like all the veg we plant, it's key to prepare the soil first.
So give it a good handful of seaweed dust. We're not using chicken manure pellets as the soil doesn't need any extra nitrogen.
Then it's time to rake it in and get our seeds ready. It's an early planting for broad beans.
Like as blue as the sky is, it's absolutely freezing
Yeah.
here. Like we're in early March. What do we do next?
So we've got our soil raked, so we just need to mark out the rows.
Right.
So Karen, you know the way last season and the season before, in fact, we had terrible problems with you and your measurement. So this year I have brought my handy tape measure with me, and I will have it with me at all times during filming. So we're going 45 centimetre rows with broad beans, okay?
Okay.
So put out the love there. We just mark out the rows like that. And then you mark out two up there.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to do 4 rows in total.
Yeah.
We just start by putting them on the soil. So we're looking at 15 centimetres. These are one of the easiest things you can grow. There's nothing to it.
Okay.
Yeah?
I'll remind you of saying that. Sweet corn, anyone? These don't look too bad.
These are dead to me now. I'm moving on. How could you remind me of that? That's terrible. One of the little things that I often do though with broad beans is to just do an extra couple at the end of each row.
Okay.
So if you just put kind of 3 like that, so they're just extras in case any of them get eaten by slugs.
Okay, so I guess we don't leave them open to the elements though. Is this just like garlic now where we just push them into the ground?
Yes, it is. The Gale Cork accent came out there, girl.
How far down do we put them?
5 centimetres, so just to the knuckle on your fingers. Just
Okay.
literally stick them down like that.
Okay, brilliant. First
It's really
veg
simple, isn't
are
it?
in the ground.
Yeah.
Label? It's okay, if we're going up to the glass house to do the different module
Yeah.
trays and the bits and pieces. Right, hold fire. Michael Kelly,
Yes.
it's Series 3.
Yes.
It's time.
For what?
I want my own container corner.
Okay, I think that's an amazing idea.
What?
Do I have to do anything?
No, if I have it, it's fine.
Okay.
Go on.
Don't forget your tape measure though. You don't need a tape measure?
Go, be gone. I've got it. I have a plan. So there's going to be loads of teal, 3 shelves, hanging baskets, and there's going to be the table and chairs. Oh my God, it's going to be amazing.
I live literally just up the road, so Dylan, Saoirse and I have been to Fota Wildlife Park loads of times. And one thing they're always asking me is, Mom, how and what do they feed the animals? And you know what? I have absolutely no idea. So I better go find out. Turns out, all I need to do is find Julie, who's in one of the many food prep kitchens here at Fota. These guys are taking food preparation to a whole new level. The kind of stereotype of getting a bunch of bananas, giving it to a load of monkeys, clearly that's not what's happening here.
No, we have an individual bowl and corresponding diet sheet for every single animal in the park. So
Wow.
some animals, based on age, based
Okay.
on pregnancy, based on illness, will have different requirements.
Come here, where do you guys get all this food from?
Some of it we actually grow here ourselves. We do get a food order that we put into a local company and
Yeah.
they send us the delivery each week.
And are there any farmers locally who grow specifically for you guys?
They do absolutely come and donate food items to us, and that lowers our carbon footprint then as well.
It sounds like there's a real food network created around the animals here at Fota.
So this is Shusto. He's one of our 2 boys here at Fota Wildlife Park.
Hey, Shusto, how's it going?
So he's an Indian rhino, so one of the 3 Asian species.
He's gorgeous. Can I rub him?
Absolutely.
Come here. You guys use food as a positive reinforcement training strategy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
so,
tell me the story.
So Indian rhinos will always get foot problems. It's a given.
Okay.
So basically, to keep on top of this, we can train the animals basically to present their feet as such.
Wow.
And as a result of that then, so a colleague of mine can come in and assess his feet, and if we need to do any treatments such as maybe paring the hoofs, or he might have an abscess or something like that, he can file it down, you know?
That's mad.
Yeah.
Here at Fota, they also grow food on site for a special type of training they do with the tigers. So Grace and I need to pick some ingredients. Grace, we've just picked these beautiful herbs from your garden, but why on earth are we bringing them to a tiger?
So a big part of zookeeping is enrichment, and the enrichment we'll do with these is sensory enrichment. So these are so strong smelling, it'll mask his own scent. If he's in the wild, he might find a really smelly bush, he'll roll in that, and then it'll mask his scent and he'll be able to stalk his prey there without them smelling him.
So this is keeping them mentally and physically active and engaged.
Yeah, exactly.
As if they were in the wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So what are we actually going to do?
So we'll just put in some herbs.
Okay.
And then I'll just seal the bag.
Do you want me to hold the top?
Yeah.
Grace, I can't throw to save my life, so I'm going to leave this to you.
Okay, I've had
Okay.
practice.
Like, Grace, that's just amazing to watch. I could totally just watch him now all day. I have had a fantastic day here at Fota Wildlife Park. The dedication the team have here to the food for the physical and mental well-being of the animals is exceptional. And you know what else I'm taking home with me? What's good for the animals is good for us. So I have a cunning plan.
What is it, Karen?
Okay, so until Container Corner is ready,
Yeah.
we're going to do a controlled experiment.
Okay.
You're going to direct sow over there,
The seeds.
the seeds, and I'm going to sow plants which are about 6 weeks.
So you got
on.
these in a garden centre?
I did get these in the garden centre.
Okay.
Because, you know, sometimes you miss the window or you don't have time
Yeah.
or whatever, so you just go straight to the plant, yeah?
Bit of feed as usual.
Bit of feed as usual. 4, yeah? Same kind of spacing apart
So
as if they had
15,
grown on.
15 centimetres is what we did in the bed, so something similar, I think, for that.
Okay.
And we'll try it. So you have the benefit, of course, of yours are 6 weeks further along than mine. Do you want me to give you a bit of help there?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All
Because
right,
then you'll take credit for it.
Okay, go on then. So your only worry now is how are you going to get this over to Container Corner?
God, I don't know, but we've at least a month
Well, it's your
to think
experiment,
about it.
so good luck with that.
Oh, thanks, Michael Kelly, for your help as ever. And 1 month on, it's time to get back to the raised beds where Mick is already hoeing away. That man never stops. There must be method to your madness.
There is method
Okay,
to my
go on.
madness. You should always hoe when there are no weeds, basically.
Okay.
So that's that. There's a couple of little gaps, and that's to be expected sometimes with this. And it's exactly why we did a couple of extras. So
Yeah.
what we're going to do is transplant them and just fill in a couple of the gaps.
When you've got the cluster, how do you decide? Do you pick the kind of healthiest looking plant, or is it all about spacing, or a
Well,
combination of the two?
Like, yeah, it's all about spacing and then minimizing the amount of just like you don't want to kind of transplant 2 of them. So I would say, like, if we take this one out,
Okay.
we'll have, you know, almost
Oh,
the
the
perfect
15.
width between this
Yeah.
and this. So you want to try and get as much kind of root as possible, yeah?
Yeah.
So getting in underneath it. We're going to pop that in there. And I think that row is pretty good now. So if you want to do the same there, so I think leave that one and take these 2 out.
Yeah.
I like this
Okay,
new rootless
good.
streak to you, because otherwise you're just faffing about. They need, like, you want to use all the space as best you can, right? Yeah. There you go. So that's nice. That row is good now, isn't it?
Yeah. So come here, is there a slight issue with smug? Sorry, I meant slug.
We were slightly wondering about this earlier on because there is a little bit of damage to some of the leaves, particularly kind of at the end of this row. So I've got a nice local brew here. This is a very simple beer trap. Nice shallow saucer, but you kind of have it up like that a little bit. Don't bury it in the soil because you tend to get beetles, which are actually beneficial, kind of drowning in it as well.
Okay.
They like good quality beer. Don't pawn any old rubbish off on them. And also they don't like non-alcoholic beer. So maybe there's something in the alcohol that attracts them.
And anything else, like, do we need to feed these heroes now, or?
No, these are really happy. We got lots of nutrition in, so these are fine.
It's only taken a couple of weeks, well, technically 3 series, but with a lot of hard graft and pulling in a few favours, we've created a deadly little growing space. Ta-da! It's Container Corner.
It's amazing. I love it.
Is it absolutely brilliant?
If I had a hat, I would eat it now.
No need to eat your hat, but we should get back to growing our broad beans. I want to, you know, bask in the glory that mine are doing so much better, but to be fair...
Cheers, we're like that height when we planted them.
They did have a really good head start.
They are doing very well though, in fairness.
How are yours getting on?
I'm not quite sure what's going on with this one, but I'm hopeful it'll come good. And these are, I don't know if you've noticed this, but...
Yes, I have noticed
you
the
been studying
flowers
them?
appearing.
So with broad beans, the flowers are the precursor to the pods, and the pods are where you get your beans from. So if you've got lots of white flowers, which you do...
They're on the way.
They're on the way. What you need to do with broad beans is kind of box them in to stop them falling over. If you got a very heavy wind, it could kind of collapse them. These plants are going to get to about 90 centimetres tall, so we get just a little bit of string or twine. So we just make another expert knot.
Another expert knot. All those years of brownies, Boy Scouts.
That's it. And if you just want to go that way with it, so nice and tight, we can go loop around again. Okay, so and then just the last one, loop it around that.
Thanks very much.
That's lovely.
Bye now.
Grow, Cook, Eat. Proudly sponsored by Board Bia. Grow, Cook, Eat. Proudly sponsored by Board Bia.
So this is the sort of classic problem of broad beans, which is you get aphids or black fly, and they're quite infested with them up at the top. They start at the top here because this kind of growing tip is actually the most tender part, like, because they're baby little leaves. So they tend to sort of start here.
God, there really is loads.
So we've got two kind of things we can do. One is that the ladybird is the natural predator of the aphids. And so we do have one little ladybird here.
Oh,
so
yes.
He's obviously cottoned on. She. That's his food.
Oh, fantastic. So we have a resident ladybird.
We just need her to bring all her friends.
Well, there's another intervention.
There is, which is just a strong hose. Now, you need to be very careful with this because you could kind of break the tip off. You can see that it quite effectively gets rid of the ones that are there. And hopefully...
I want to go.
You want to go?
There's something very appealing about that.
Yeah. And apart from that, we've nothing much else to do except keep a very close eye on this aphid problem, I think. And don't worry, if those pesky aphids come back, just get the hose out once again. And just like we did for Karen's broad beans in Container Corner, we're going to put up some support sticks. We really don't want them blowing over in the wind.
Mick is spot on. The broad beans in Container Corner are doing really, really well. So well that I actually have the very first beans of the season. So we're going to leave them get their grow on and come back and check in a little while. The amount of aphids, or black fly as I would probably call them, over on the broad beans in the raised bed kind of freaked me out. So I really want to check in on my heroes here to see if they've suffered the same plight.
So far, so good. And I am black fly / aphid free. However, I'm not going to rest on my laurels. I'm going to take immediate affirmative action, and I'm going to prick out the tips of these plants.
As this is the tenderest part of the plant and aphids love munching on it. So I'm staying one step ahead of them. They are not getting their hands on my container beans.
So in series 2 of Grow, Cook, Eat, we grew about 30, maybe 40 onions. I've always wondered what would it be like to grow 3,500 tons of onions.
Most of the onions that was consumed in Ireland were grown here.
Yeah.
And there was a huge tail off when the 80s and 90s came, and so we were left with only 1 or 2 growers in this country.
Okay.
And we thought, well, maybe there's an opportunity here to grow and pack the onions. In 2005, we grew our first crops. It's relatively straightforward in the growing of the crop, but it's when you come to harvest time, you need to have good weather. And it's to try and get that window to do that job.
Yeah.
It's getting more difficult.
More temperamental.
More temperamental.
Yeah.
In some years, you may not be able to harvest the crop at all.
When that all-important weather window comes, they get pulled out of the ground and left on top of the soil for a further 3 days. It's really important that they don't get wet at this stage. Next in the process, they are brought into giant stores and put through a quality and traceability check. The next process is drying them out. But the big question is, how do you dry this amount of onions? Oh wow, like a wall of heat just hit me there.
So at the back of this store we have a big fan with a gas burner, heats the air up, takes the humidity out of it, is pumping the air through these bins. Air comes out, hits the sponge, there's nowhere for it to go, only up into the bin, and it dries the onion.
Okay.
It's a simple process like that. It can take about 28 days.
The scale of this is obviously immense.
Yes.
There's even more to this process.
They're put into the individual bins, they're weighed, they have the traceability code on it, and then they go up to pack house where they have their production orders. So the team knows what's coming up, they know which size to pack into which for the customer. Simple as that.
So to me, it's really, really heartening that the likes of the Hoey's, Michael and Gabriel here have not only started to grow, but they're doing it on such a huge scale. And the good news is that the whole message around growing our own food here in Ireland and producing our own onions and crops like this is starting to take hold. And the evidence of that is that there's a few more growers getting into this market, and long may that continue.
It's harvest time for our broad beans in container corner. Woohoo!
Check them out. They are literally sprouting everywhere. Like, look at this dude. Oh, I can't wait to taste it. So low maintenance. I mean, seriously, how much work have you actually seen me do on these guys over the last few weeks? Not a lot. Happy days. Don't even worry about the yellowing kind of leaves. It's literally just a sign that all the nutrients have come from the soil into the plants for them to grow the vegetables, and it's simply time to give them a harvest. So, okay, it's time. Twist and pull. I'm getting excited about the deliciousness and the quality and the size and the crunch of broad beans. I may need to get out more.
Victory is mine, Karen.
Oh, who said it was a competition?
These were riddled with black fly, you
True.
remember?
Yeah.
And we squirted them off and waited for the ladybirds to do their thing, and they are perfection
They are
itself,
perfection
aren't
itself.
they?
Enough with the awe.
Enough of the show and tell.
Enough of the show and tell, exactly.
Yeah,
Let's get harvesting.
Let's get the rest of it.
Right, these plants have been well and truly gleaned.
It's a phenomenal
There's
harvest,
a
isn't it?
serious harvest.
We have to now pod all of these and get them ready for the kitchen.
What?
And you know, Mick, never one to miss the teaching moment.
There's actually nitrogen in all of this plant, in the leaves and the stems and everything, which is why I'm chopping all these up and I'm going to dig them into the soil, and that'll make this soil really, really healthy for whatever's grown in here next year. It's now time for Katie to do her thing in the kitchen with our broad beans.
I wonder what she's gonna do.
So with broad beans, a lot of the time I keep them really simple. On toast, smashed up, garlic, chilli, olive oil, really tasty. But sometimes it's nice to do something a little bit different.
Katie's making broad beans with ricotta and salsa verde.
So I'm going to start by putting some salt in my water. It's at a really nice rolling boil. I'm not going to do anything else at this time because I only want them to be in there for about 30 seconds to a minute because they're quite small. So I've run them under the cold tap to stop the cooking process. So with these larger beans, I'm going to really carefully take off the outer membrane. And so I'm left with the skin and this really nice bright green bean. Okay, so broad beans done. So I'm going to start on a little salsa. So I'm going to start by cutting my onion. I love using capers. I love the salty taste they give everything. I'm going to zest my lemon. So last in is a little bit of garlic. So I'm going to grab some parsley. I'm probably going to use the whole thing here. Roll it into a bowl and then get a nice slice on it. Okay, so I've got some red wine vinegar and some olive oil. So loads of oil. And then some red wine vinegar. Now, so I've got the salsa done, and now I'm just going to squeeze this lemon juice into this ricotta. So this lemon juice is just going to add a really nice zesty taste to the whole thing. I'm just going to add a little bit of salt and pepper into here. So that's the ricotta done. So I've got my broad beans. I'm just going to layer it up by swirling it on. It's going to be a little bit messy, but it's going to look lovely. And then we're going to sprinkle the broad beans on the top. I'm going to be really generous, put loads and loads on. And have some kind of coming off the side of that ricotta. And then I'm going to finish by just spooning this lovely, really sharp salsa on the top of it. And these little guys are just to garnish on the top. And I've made some seedy crackers that are going to go absolutely perfect with this. I'm just going to crunch these up and I'm just going to serve them on the side.
How was it as your first veg of the series?
I love broad beans, peas, all that kind of, all the greens. So yeah, it was a nice one to start with. Yeah, guys, dig in.
Lovely. What are we going to have it with?
So those are some seedy crackers. We just made them on the side.
Seedy crackers, they hang out in dark alleys and...
Different show.
Okay, sorry.
I'll do that already.
So hang on, I've got lovely ricotta, the beans. What else is on my...
Salsa verde, some pea shoots. Well, it's kind of yeah.
Oh, anyway, it's just like greenness.
Yeah.
So fresh.
Really fresh and zesty and yeah, that
Gorgeous.
kind of thing, yeah.
So it feels like we've all set the bar really high for this series. And you know what? I can't wait to see what you're going to do with the next 6. I also can't wait to eat some more of this stuff. So I'm going to dive in.
Are we okay
I do
to
share.
polish off the rest we are?
All of it. Right. Yeah, sure, we're not going to waste any, Mick, are we? While we tuck in, why not log on to growcookie.ie for all the info you'll need to get growing in your garden. See you next time back in Grow HQ when we will be going all leafy in the garden as we grow Oriental greens. And both Mick and I are out and about finding more interesting and unique food stories from around the country. See you then.
Grow, Cook, Eat. Proudly sponsored by Board Bia.